Welcome to the Kit Kat King Cone ASMR. Bum and Wiz. Nice. I'm currently
I got to the little
best bit, yeah.
the little chocolate bit at the end. What do they call it?
Just the tip. I saw a face hole on Twitter the other day. For those of you that don't know what face hole is like a Twitter page where people can sort of just do like confessions, like Whispers. If you remember Whispers, the app.
I thought you meant the chocolate, dude.
Yeah,
I remember those from
whisper
yesterday.
your secret confessions into the Whispers packet before you eat them. I'm gonna eat this whole bag when I get home.
I shove a whole bag of jelly beans.
I shove a whole jelly beans on my asshole before eating this bag of Whispers. And the guy was like, "Oh yeah, whenever I buy my kid a King Cone, he always gets like 2/3 of the way down and then gives it to me because he's too full." And he's never told his child that right at the end is like this whole little chocolate filled section.
Dude,
The worst father.
That kid has missed out on a lot. I'm sure there's...
That kid's gonna fucking grow up and feel so betrayed.
What does the choc...
What does the chalk say?
But at the end... I'm sure it's called something... they're just called cone tips. No, man.
Hey, yo.
You literally get... Check this.
What the actual fuck? For those of you that don't know, Bum's busy showing me a picture of Cornetto tips.
It's literally just the ends.
Like, imagine that as a cereal. I would be triple the size I am now if that was a cereal.
I mean, it's a good way to go, dude. Let's be honest. Oh, he went down to the Cornetto tips.
Yeah. You went down with the tips. Down with the tipness. You know you're somewhere down with the
Down with the tipness.
Down with the tipness.
So, Ozzy, this is episode 2.
Yeah, of the basement tapes.
Of the basement
the
tapes.
unreleased basement tapes.
The released but not spoken about tapes.
I like that.
Yeah, I think...
And unpublished.
Well, published and unspoken of.
Yeah, published and unpromoted. There we go.
Yeah, I've only given it to, like the first one we only sent out to a couple of friends and family.
Yeah. Some very offended family. Albert, this is for you, our permanent guest.
do you want to explain the story, Albert? And Albert.
Okay. So, lank las gelede hoor. No, for years, Bum and I, like we said in the previous one, we've been meaning to set up this podcast. And Albert, my younger brother, he was very offended that we started the podcast last week or 2 weeks ago without him. And he made these intentions or made these feelings known on Tuesday. But it's fine. We said he'll just be the permanent guest. Yeah. I don't think he liked that much, but you know, there is going to be some guests joining us every now and then, one of which will be Albert. But that's going to be like permanent guest, Albie. And now and then, I suppose a feature that we want to eventually bring in is Brittany Between the Sheets. It's meant to sound dodgy.
Yeah.
But basically it's just going to be the TikTok that, or the TikTok of the week that Brittany sends us from while she's lying in bed.
Yeah, in the other room. I mean, she's listening to this right now.
Probably. Yeah, she's listening to like the OG recording and then she'll listen to this actual podcast at a later stage as well. Yeah.
It's interesting. It's been a week, dude. It's been 2 weeks. I mean, we didn't do anything last week.
Yeah. Why didn't we do anything last week? There was shit on.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it was because I was working late and then had to... Oh, no, I had to fetch Max from the airport. That's why.
Yeah,
yes,
Max is Oscar's older brother.
From the airport because he had just come back from a business trip.
Yeah, hectic. Yeah, so we didn't do anything last week, but it doesn't really matter because these are basement tapes, man.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's going to listen to them when they can.
I guess.
When they find them.
Yeah, they've got to go search and
go look in the basement, look in the back rooms.
They're by the chains.
Hey, yo.
Pass those chains, not the fluffy ones, dude.
Just the ones covered in blood.
Oh, is there still an arm in that one?
Gross.
So, Ozzy, we touched base again after we did the first podcast, and we're like, okay, listen, the first one was very scatterbrain.
Yeah.
Which I think
this one started.
Yeah. I think he started chewing Cornetto tips.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of like the point of the podcast as well. Is like this is just like it's a glance into two ADHD brains.
Yeah. It's literally just like a fucking shotgun for a conversation, like just shooting a fucking, I don't know, a whole bunch of darts on a board and hoping a couple of them stick, and following different conversations and trying to, I suppose, stick to some relative themes.
Yeah, I think that was kind of like the feedback that we gave each other. It's like how do we wrangle ourselves back in here? So
we are the problem.
We are the problem, dude, 100%. Yeah. So we were thinking about like introducing different sections.
Yeah.
And the first section that we're talking about is like, what did you learn this week?
Yes.
So Oscar, what did you learn this week?
I learned that English people fucking hate Afrikaans. Firstly,
let's dig into this, dude. Let's do it, because this is a hot topic.
Yeah, that the English rugby team and media hate Afrikaans as a language, not the people, probably the people as well, but mainly as a language. And that they also can't spell or pronounce Bongi, Mbonambi.
Mbunjani.
Yeah, but they can say Ibrahimovic or Djokovic, which I find very fucking surprising, actually. But yeah, so we found out that the English are very sensitive to racism, even though they founded
They're
it.
inventors,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly, pretty much. You know, it's like somebody always said, you know, the only thing that the English can't take other than relics from other countries is a joke. So, you know. And yeah, I mean, we discussed that. Like, the whole thing was with Tom Curry in the World Cup. And I'm sure everybody's seen a lot of the news reports from both sides. And, you know, International World Rugby's official statement saying that they found no evidence of direct racism or racism because he was speaking Afrikaans, and it was just sort of strategic calls being made.
I didn't read a full report. The only thing I saw was that it was like non. I don't know what they said. Like they couldn't find any evidence that they were being racist. But I mean, we found the clip. I mean, the clip was circulating very quickly.
Yeah.
Thank you, South African TikTok.
Yeah.
South African Twitter, should I say?
Yeah.
It was circulating very quickly where Bongi Mbunjani, as the Sky Sports presenter would say. So stupid. Like, I don't know. Those two were so uncomfortable making that announcement. But he was shouting one of two things.
Yeah.
Right? So my Afrikaans isn't very good, but I understand a lot more than the fucking English.
I was going to say.
Jesus.
Yeah. If you understand it, they should have, definitely.
So they were either saying Witkant.
So it was either Witkant as
or
in
Weitkant.
like, or Weitkant. So it's either white side or wide side.
Yeah.
And that just literally just means like, it's like a strategic call, essentially. So it's like a Weitkant will just be like spread wider, a sort of thing in rugby. And I suppose because all of us, I mean, majority of South Africans can speak some level of Afrikaans. And especially with, you know, the sort of rugby culture that it still is. And this is just sort of ingrained in especially the more rugby prevalent schools and development programs, that a lot of them still speak a lot of Afrikaans. So a lot of they're just exposed to a lot of Afrikaans. So a lot of their calls happen in Afrikaans. And I mean, strategically, it makes fucking sense. If you're going to say something that other people don't know that you're going to say, fucking go for it. You can't tell me that Argentina, who speaks Spanish as their indigenous language or as their main language, is going to say, okay, guys, at the World Cup, we're only going to speak English so that the other teams can understand us.
Yeah, we don't want the Sky Sports presenter to get a name wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's exactly that. It's not like the English speak Spanish as soon as they play like Argentina, you know, like
exactly. They'll speak English, and it sucks because Argentinians, I mean, a lot of Argentinians and a lot of these sort of secondary English-speaking countries, they will pick up English because it's considered a world language. So, unfortunately for English that don't want to learn another language, or can't speak another language or don't have the necessity to do so, they stuck with that language that everybody sort of learns to understand. And I mean, then you're pretty fucked, unfortunately. You wanted everybody to learn the language, and now it's backfiring on you.
Yeah, I mean, you went around colonizing everybody and spreading your seeds. So now we all understand, dude. But it's so fucking stupid, dude. Like, what frustrates me the most, right, is that after it came out, everybody was saying that it wasn't Tom Curry and it wasn't the English side that lodged the complaints. It was actually World Rugby that were investigating it because they overheard what Tom Curry said on the ref's mic. And what he said exactly was that, oh, ref, what do I do if the hookers call me a white cunt? And the guy's like, nothing, please.
Yeah.
And that was kind of it. But like, if you watch the clip, Bongi's literally falling back into line. He's just made a tackle. He falls back into line and he's shouting either wide side or white side. Yeah. So, and it's most likely wide side because you got short side, you got wide side. Yeah, like it's two sides of a fucking rock.
Yeah, round and wide. That's it.
Like it's very, very, So, for me, it was really frustrating to hear today that World Rugby turned around and said, non-conclusive, can't find any evidence that proves that there was a racist event, blah, blah, blah. Then you've got the British and the union, the rugby union, the British Rugby Union turning around and saying, we stand with Tom Curry and we firmly stand against any racism that came about. And like they completely denied World Rugby's report. And now they completely went against all of these things saying that they didn't instigate this whole thing. Yeah. So they fucking did, dude. They did. And they were super upset that somebody that has grown up in racist environments and has been exposed to racism his entire life. Bongi Umanjambini, as they call him. And now all of a sudden this guy is the racist guy. And it's like, it's for me, it's like the most fucking puzzling. Maybe it's because we're South African. Maybe we understand the racial landscape out here. But like, there's no ways. Two things in my mind. One thing, you aren't going to get racism coming out of our Springbok side. It's a side that's coming. It's a side.
Their whole slogan is stronger together.
They're literally pulling an entire nation together. The streets were littered with people singing songs. Those videos were so They're beautiful. Fucking cool. So that's the one thing. The second thing is you'll never catch a South African using the word cunt instead of puss. Like never, 100%. Dude. Never, ever.
South African is going to deny the opportunity to call somebody a puss.
Never,
because guaranteed,
ever, dude.
100%. And that's the thing. If somebody wanted to call somebody a see you next Tuesday, they'd 100% rather just call them a puss because fuck, the oak wouldn't understand.
And it's so much better. The C word is so harsh, dude.
It is. It's hurtful. And the problem is, man. The problem I had for that as well is that the English use the C word like it's nobody's business. And then they want to cry when somebody says it to them on a rugby field, but guaranteed in an English stadium, it's a fucking chant. Your mom's a cunt.
Your dad's a dog.
Yeah, exactly. So it's, no, it blows my mind. And like you say,
crazy,
exactly
dude.
that.
But I would have said, Tom, are you white? Yes. That's my first question. Second question.
Are you a puss? Exactly.
It's just crazy, dude. Like it makes absolutely no sense. And I think like South Africans, what was it? I think it was like Telegraph Rugby or something Telegraph released.
News,
they released a thing today being like, oh, South Africans taking the piss out of a racial thing. We're like, bro,
so lightly.
Bro, listen, we're not making fun out of a situation that is intense. We're making fun out of a situation that doesn't fucking exist. Well, I know you guys have nothing to do because this weekend's not about you guys. Maybe that's why you're so preoccupied.
That's exactly why. They're trying to just get into South Africa's head. That's why I said the only thing fucking wetter than the English team is the weather there. Because fuck, all they want to do now, like, well, it's actually the more.
Probably
let's
give the other way around
of the doubt and say that it's the English news, more, or the English sort of publications, that they want to just be like harp on about this whole thing and keep going on. And yes, racism is a very fucking serious issue, especially coming from South Africa. And you'd honestly think that we as a nation and as a national team take racism so lightly. I think that's why we as South Africans are just taking the piss because it's just another white boy that's slightly upset because he thinks reverse racism is real.
But this has been like a topic that's come up recently. We had the POC Invitational and congrats to Tendo and the ACGL team, everybody that put that on, because that was
big applause to you.
Dude, that was incredible.
Big applause. That was so much fun. Like I was working that Saturday And still, like, I had laptop open with all of the streams, as many streams as I could find, and Tendo's stream with, Savage Panda and Scurra, all casting, and even Androva also doing. Crazy. And I mean, you had such great observers in the background as well. They really did. Production value-wise, honestly, one of the best Valorant tournaments I've seen. Like, it was honestly on the same level as Campus Clutch in terms of observation. And I mean, look, granted, Panda and Scurra did do the Campus Clutch.
Yeah, they're good at what they do.
Tendo. Yeah. They really, really are incredible at what they do. But even, I mean, the amount of aces that were coming out of these, and the problem is, it's not like it was just like, some backyard team versus pros. There were pros on like just about each team.
The teams were really well balanced.
Evenly balanced. Yeah, they really, really were. And it just depends. Like, if that team was just switched on for that game and ran away with it and had a whitewash, sure. But I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, there weren't actually any whitewashes in the tournament.
No. None that I saw. Not at all. I think it was very evenly balanced. I think they did so well with the teams. You had a lot of brands coming to the table, like Red Dragon. Oh, they're just doing so much in the POC scene. I fucking love those oaks. I respect them. ACGL just
tournament. They really, really did such.
Shout out to Nick Holden. It was his birthday this past week. So happy birthday, big man,
Big Nick.
Big Nick. But it's just so great to see these brands coming through and supporting the POC scene so much. But the reason I wanted to bring this up is because we had a lot of white people crying again.
Yes.
Over why do you if it was a white person tournament, then what would everybody say? And like dude. And I don't think white people understand racism, dude. Like one person's like, do you even understand the definition of racism? I was like, a dictionary understands the definition.
Yes.
But a POC understands what it feels like to be a victim of racism.
And the application of that definition or that word. Because the whole idea is that actually racism stems from a place of power.
Yes.
So the whole idea of it being a place of power is that, most, if not, definitely majority, if not all of sort of POC's people in the country experience racism at some point coming from a white person in power. Okay, so that's where the racism stems from, that white people do still have majority power over POC people.
It's oppressive language, right?
It is. It's 100% oppressive language. And the problem is that, like, I saw a lot of the tweets about how, if a white person had done this tournament, whatever. And I think the whole thing is that they just missed the initial reason as to why this was set up, and then even when it was explained to them, they were still like, but that's not the point. And you know why? No, but this is the point, because this is what the context of the origin of this POC Invitational was. So if you're going to ask for context, get the context given to you, and then still say, no, but that's not the point. That just means that you fucking hate admitting that you're wrong, and that you actually cannot accept that there are more than 10 POC gamers in the country that are A, probably better than you in a game, B, more educated and willing to have a fucking discussion around these things. And then still, for me, the slap in the face is when white people still say, oh no, but you must treat them with the same respect that you want to be treated with. Fuck that.
Bro, they've never done that.
No, but that's the problem.
Never
if somebody
done that.
talks to me like shit, I'm going to talk to you like shit. If you want to have a civil discussion and say, okay, can you please explain the context? Gladly, fucking gladly. But also, POCs are so fucking tired of having to explain the context.
Them,
because it's like, how difficult is it to fucking Google or do your own
2023.
research?
We don't need to be teaching racism anymore.
Or ask your white friend. Ask your white friend that's involved.
Ask the guy that you laugh at his jokes and you don't tell him off because he's saying racist jokes the whole time.
Or you
and
go
you just
like his
kind of
tweets
chuckle
and then you want to fucking subtweet Rushka. I'll use it as an example because you want to then subtweet Rushka, and then like, how obsessed are you with someone that you still want to subtweet and be like, oh yeah, I can't even like this tweets. Yes, it's dangerous out here. And also, like,
I don't know why that's a prize for people.
No, exactly. And I'm going to say, weird, but people that are involved in the same fucking org that can't call each other out or hold each other accountable, and I'll gladly say that, that they can't hold each other accountable because, I mean, even though they're not on the same team, you're still in the same atmosphere or the same
associates of branding.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So we're speaking about this quite a lot this week as well, and saying like
the danger of association.
Dude, it is so bad. And people are like, oh, but just because I'm part of the same org doesn't make a difference. And I'm like, well, okay, cool. When you go to a Brian, somebody turns around and says, oh, I work for the government, or I work for ESCOM. You're telling me that you don't have a preconception?
Yeah.
You're telling me that you're not going to like make some joke about the electricity. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Like associative branding is more strong than personal branding. It's the perception that you don't get to make.
But people just assume association is just because you're in the same thing. It doesn't mean you agree on the same things. It does. It does
by default.
Exactly.
By default, you are in agreement until you say something.
Like if you go work for the World Health Organization, that means that you have people's health at heart, and that you wouldn't go there because you're like, I want to see kids doing slave labor.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, what the fuck? Nobody works at the World Health. Nobody works at the World Health Organization, for exactly that. And you can't say that you don't align with those things if you belong to that brand, and you can't say that, I know this person and I see them having these conversations and I know it's wrong and I'm not going to call them out, but I don't agree with that, and that I think is the most dangerous thing. And then like I always see it as like a third party sort of attack is when people then say, oh no, but you shouldn't address them like that because you should hold the higher ground, or be, like fucking hold your head up high. Fuck that. Where did we ever say that you have to be self-righteous to be right?
Yeah,
Nobody said you have to be so fucking self-righteous to be right.
I love that.
You don't.
No, dude, you don't. And the biggest problem is it was white people trying to make it about themselves again, right?
Just irrelevant.
So there's us as white people, we don't take up double digits in terms of population in South Africa, right?
No ways. There was just a recent study done.
It was 8%. I think we dropped down to, right?
2 million South Africans.
Yeah. Up from 57.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we 8% of that.
So where's the representation? Like exactly. What's the ratio out there? So when we are saying, let's open up, let's give people space. Let's let the POCs take up the space that they rightly deserve. It's not going, oh, this is a BE thing for gamers. It's going, no, this is the right thing to do.
Or better yet, it's an anti-white thing for gamers. That's
anti-white. There's a big difference between pro-POC and anti-white, right? And everybody was seeing it. Well, not everybody. Yeah. I'm not going to call them all racist, but the people that were making it about themselves, they were calling it anti-white. Yeah. And everybody else that was in agreement with everything is going, oh, it's pro-color. Like, this is what we want to see. Like, we want to see this stuff. We want to see people taking the space. We want to celebrate. Yeah, it was literally a celebration. Yeah.
So now those are probably the same people that are like, Black History Month, where's White History Month?
Same thing. Oh, Pride Month, where's Straight Month?
Where's Straight Month?
Yeah. Same thing, dude. And I promise you, if you go through the timelines, you'll find that. But
they're probably the same people that are like, Women's Day, when's Men's Day?
Oh, yeah, Men's Day is every other day. Enjoy your one day.
Yo, steak and blowjobs.
So this is the thing as well, dude. And I think Fox and Hound put it out, and he was saying something like, all these people complaining about an event that never get invited to.
Yeah.
Dude, it's literally that. The people that were complaining wouldn't get a spot in it if it was open anyways, because they're shit. They're shit people.
They're just shit humans.
They're literally shit people.
I don't get invited to the Summers, but I'm not going to cry and be like, oh, it's an event for South African musicians. What about our South African non-musicians?
Yeah. Where's the non-musician event?
Yeah. Fuck, man.
Fuck, dude. It is so crazy. But like the thing is, the more trivial you make it, the more they don't understand.
No, but that's the problem. Is they'll never be able to open, or they'll never be open to discussion and understanding. And I think that's the most important thing, is that somebody that understands will first ask, or is trying to understand. They'll first ask and try and grasp the concept completely before they criticize it. And I understand hearing both sides of the sort of argument.
Yeah, it's important.
When you you have to first understand the context of why that thing was established. Both sides of the argument. It's very important, 100%. But the problem is you can't invalidate somebody's context just because you feel offended.
Yeah. That can't be the thing.
It's like saying, I'm sorry, but.
Yeah.
As soon as you say but,
it
your
discredits everything you said.
Void.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. It's incredibly frustrating because it took something that was such a great celebration. And I mean, props to the POCs that took part, because they fucking owned that shit.
Yeah, and it still was such an incredible celebration. Like, I was watching mainly Double Scuff stream.
I love the dude. Love the dude.
Exactly. It's my favorite with his phone, the phone thing. Oh.
It's so good.
And it was really cool because he would play a little bit between games, like he'd play like a Swift player, and then sit and watch the games and watch the commentary, and then chat was giving into the commentary, but then they were also watching the Tendo play stream at the same time, sort of having both open, or that's what I was doing at least. And even then, it was also watching Mosquito, who was also streaming, and like a lot of other streamers that were busy streaming at the same time, watching all of those streamers at the same time, giving them all the view. And I think the important
taking up
thing,
space, man.
It is. It's taking up space, but also just promoting it. So even if you weren't taking part and you were promoting it, that's how you can help. You know, it doesn't mean just because, like, I mean, both of us are white content creators in the scene. And just because we weren't invited to the thing, because it was a POC invitational, it doesn't mean that we couldn't help. And Tendo was literally like, let me know if you are keen to help. Sent out emails. I've got multiple emails from Tendo with updates, how we can help, how we can assist, if we feel we can offer services, even if we can't and you just want to contribute sort of prize pool wise, 100%, or even if you just want to like and share and retweet and do whatever, or even just watch the streams.
It was a community effort, right?
Exactly. That's exactly it. It was meant to be a community effort to bring everybody together.
And the thing is that, like, this is the next thing that gets thrown around, right? Is that now it's a circle jerk thing.
Yes. Oh,
right.
Yeah. So, it's my favorite.
But it's like the community is not inclusive of everything. No, it's not inclusive of everybody.
I haven't been circle jerked in a while. I'm just saying.
No, dude, it's actually horribly disappointing.
It is actually. I thought there'd be a lot more joking in this circle.
It's not really a circle when there's two of us sitting here.
I mean, if we could hold hands, I guess.
But this is the thing, right? Is like, whenever something good happens, there's this narrative that it's a circle jerk, right? Yeah. So like, oh no, it's only your community doing things. It's not. It's not a circle jerk. That's what good people do with each other. It's like everybody takes care of each other.
Yeah.
Do you have friends and you celebrate their products and stuff?
Oh yeah. You go to a friend's birthday party. Well, why didn't you come to mine? Even though I didn't invite you.
You only recommend certain people to brands. I only recommend people that have you ever made a recommendation and the person's been dog shit?
Yeah.
Would you ever recommend them again?
Yeah.
No. Would it like put a dent in your trust of just putting out blind recommendations?
But general
so you
trust.
wouldn't do it, right?
But that's the thing. It's like so the reason why as well, and jumping on this whole thing of it being a circle jerk, is it's never meant to be a follow for follow. And a lot of people see it as a follow for follow, but the problem with follow for follow is you don't know that person's content.
No.
So if you're just going to blindly follow for follow, you don't know. That person could be a fucking neo-Nazi for all you know. And you're like, hey, I'm going to follow this guy back because he followed me.
Yeah.
And then you go watch his content and actually you're like, oh, that's a lot of books burning, my man.
Dude, I unfollowed and blocked a lot of people this past like 2 weeks with the POC thing. A lot of people's colors came out, dude. Look, they were white colors.
Yeah.
they weren't the right colors.
Pillow cases.
Literally pillowcases. So like, there's a lot of people that I backed before. And then when I understood what their views are, I'm like, this isn't somebody that I associate with.
No, and you don't want to align with that person.
Yeah, so it's not a circle jerk to exclude people that aren't part of the things that you believe in. Yeah, if they're shit, they're shit, dude. Yeah. I'm not going to support a homophobe. I'm not going to support a transphobe, a racist, none of those things. And frankly, it's not my job to educate people on why what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
That's none of our jobs in 2023.
But that's the thing. If somebody educates you, you'll gladly then review sort of your understanding of that person and understanding of what you or who you thought they were. That's the thing. So it's all about sort of also being open to sort of having people tell you, listen, I've seen shit from this person, you know, this is what I've seen or this is what I've heard. And if they can sort of, I think the most important thing is, and I know I'm a very critical person in the terms of that. If you can show me evidence of it, 100% I'll believe you. It's. I mean, half of the reason it's fucking my job, I guess. But
I'm an ex-auditor, so it's the same thing.
Exactly. I'm literally like, I've just gone through audits where they're like, okay, you can tell us you did it, sure, but then you should have to back it
proof.
up.
Yeah,
exactly.
Supporting
so it is. If they can then say to you, okay, I know that this person is shit because they did X, Y, Z, and they can show you that, gladly, I will fucking unfollow that person, unsupport them, and not recommend them at all.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of times where that's or no, not a couple of times where that's been the case, but a couple of times where you recommend somebody because you think from what you know they've been good, and it can be an honest mistake unless you've been told otherwise, you know.
Yeah, but like then you have to do reputational damage control, right? Exactly. So it's like if I make a suggestion to somebody and they end up being really shit at what they're doing, then that person naturally comes back to me and says, hey man, we paid a lot of money for this person to just fuck around with our budget.
Yeah.
Why did you recommend this person?
Yeah.
I didn't do it because they're my mates. I did it because I genuinely thought that they had a good, so now my process is a lot more in depth. I work with people that have portfolios, that have proven track records, that I've worked with, that I enjoy working with, that I know they'll vibe with these people. Like I've got a finger in the pulse on the pulse here. So I understand.
Brand. Like you wouldn't get fucking Boa Bosch to do fucking clientele legal cover.
It doesn't fit, right?
It does not fucking fit.
Doesn't fit.
But them doing the Courier Guy ads is fucking brilliant, because Courier Guy has always been, and they've always had such a great marketing scheme as well. Very similar to Nando's in the sense of that it's always just been humorous, but they get to the point very tongue-in-cheek, but they do it effectively. And that's it. It's all about brand alignment and sort of making sure there's that mesh, and just also making sure that they're not shit people. And I think the most important thing you mentioned there is a portfolio. Dude. If you aren't taking yourself seriously enough to compile a portfolio and say, it doesn't matter how fucking small it is, and I'm saying this as somebody who has a small portfolio, it doesn't matter how small it is, you can then say to people, listen, this is what I can offer you. What's an hourly rate that you're comfortable paying, or per post, or per video, or would you be comfortable as a value exchange? I mean, we discussed this at length on Jess Hines' post.
Yeah.
About adverts and reviews, and I saw her again on Instagram saying the same thing. It's just like South African's bane. He's saying that it's a sponsored or a sponsored post, and it is. There's a difference between an advert and a review, and like you say, it's that value of exchange for an advert and not a review. A review is you forking out the money for example, these
a review. Your opinion's not affected by anything.
Exactly.
Like a review is an honor view. A review is an opinion,
and
it's not a paid opinion.
No, and that's the thing. It very seldomly is.
It can be a paid opinion, but it has to have both sides. Like if like with this whiskey, say West Cork is a West Cork. So we're gonna try this now, but. If they sent us this and we didn't like it, if we are being paid as an advert, we'd still promote it.
Yeah, but you'd focus more on the positives.
You'd focus on the positives.
It's a nice Irish whiskey.
Yeah, I really like the way the label looks. Like it's really, you see.
It looks traditional. It looks like you can tell where their roots come from, but you wouldn't mention fuck all about the whiskey if it tasted shit.
Yeah. But if it was a review, you'd tell them exactly how it was.
No holds barred.
Yeah, and there's very few people that get paid for reviews and stick to that. Mr. Flack, I always give him a lot of praise for his reviews, because he doesn't give a shit who he receives money from. But
he's very honest in that sense,
and that's so good, because if he says something's good, it's good.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's where you want to get your brand to, right?
And it's trust with your community. That's the big thing. Yeah.
If you say something's good, your community is going to go out and get it. Your circle jerk.
Yes, exactly. Your circles are going to go and support you. 10% off if you use WizBum on West Cork's website. No, I'm just kidding. But that's an example.
But going back to this whole... So I've got like a really good hit rate when it comes to matching creators with brands. Yeah. I get approached for things. I'll always ask, what's the composition of the content creator team? Yeah. Who else is there? And I'll always say it in a nice way. I'll be like, I just want to see if I can collaborate with him. But in my mind, I also want to see what's the demographic like.
But you see, that's so important.
It is really important, right? Because
especially in our landscape.
Yeah. So I want to make sure they understand who they're catering to, and I want to make sure that I'm contributing towards the growth of the scene.
Yeah.
Very simple thing to do. There's been a number of campaigns where I've put somebody else in the position for two reasons. One, maybe they're a better fit than me. So like if it's coming through and it's a mouse, and I'm like, I'm not that good at shooting, so like this is kind of wasted on me. I can review anything. I can sell it. I can do any of that stuff anyways. Like I can, but if you want to put it in the hands of an expert, use this person. This person's aim is immaculate, and that's it. Like work with this person. They're going to do really, really well. So it's like putting somebody there that's got the skill, or putting somebody there that also deserves the opportunity. I don't want to.
Also a big thing is that I think there comes a time and place, especially like I think my most favorite thing that I've seen this year. People working with brands. Number one has been Rushka working with Red Dragon. I've always been a Red Dragon fan. we are not sponsored. Neither of us are sponsored by Red
Not
Dragon.
yet.
Not yet. No, but I mean,
Hey, yo,
seriously,
Red
like
Dragon, what the mouse do? What?
And I mean, genuinely, you joke, but I mean, like, I've had a Red Dragon keyboard and mouse for the past 7 odd years, still running great guns.
My first mouse and keyboard came from you, which was an
And
old Red Dragon.
Old Red Dragon set because I replaced it with a new one, you know. And
you've always been a massive advocate, I must say. Like, you always said it. Now, I would, to be honest, I was never truly convinced in the beginning.
Yeah.
I've only really looked at the products because Riska's been involved.
But
and since then, I've been obsessed, dude.
And
I've honestly been obsessed with this
done it. I think with her content and the way that she's done it in like a really cozy way. It's such a cozy way of reviewing things instead of like just like loud music. Do you remember that fucking Thirst Thunder advert or Power Thirst? Power Thirst. You can drink this and you'll be faster than 400 Kenyans. And it's like you could drink this and you'll kick Mother Nature in the face. Be like, slow down.
Slow down. Yeah, dude, that's so funny.
That's what I feel like previously, like in the early 2000s, Razer, and other amongst other brands was always like, fucking, this is so fast and you can click it 3,000 times a second. Like, whose thumbs work that quickly and how happy is your girlfriend?
It's like a button to disengage the scroll wheel.
Yeah,
why does that exist? Dude?
Yeah. And then have you seen,
why
I've
does
seen
it
so
exist?
many videos online of people going, we should put compressed air on this fucking wheel that spins to death. Yeah. And it's just like,
dude, I don't understand though. What is it for?
Attempt. Hey?
Why do people do that? Is that for the early 2000s?
Pornhub quicker.
Oh, you can get to like the 1000th result.
Yeah,
dude.
exactly. Quick sticks.
Found the golden egg.
But yeah, so it's been like Rishka and Drover working with Xbox.
Yeah.
Mainly. It's also been all of Jess Hines and Grant Hines.
Oh, the Elgato, dude.
All of the Elgato, even their flipping parents, their nappies, promotions and stuff like that. It's stuff that's unrelated to me, and I'm still like, shit, I need to go buy
wear a
nappies.
nappy. Yeah, dude, the Elgato stuff that they've been doing is incredible, man.
incredible.
Like, Jess is just an absolute natural.
Killing it.
Dude, so good. And you know what? My favorite video of Grant's are the ones where he goes back to his animations and he draws things. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with that. Yeah, I'm obsessed with that, dude.
And that's it. And then
the pictures. Have you seen so, I know we're just celebrating people on the scene right now, but I fucking love this, dude. Have you seen on Instagram where they've got like, it'll be like a carousel, but when you move to the right, the whole picture is like interlinked.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love that. If somebody's listening to this and they don't know what we're talking about, go to Grant Hines' profile on Instagram and go and look at, I think they were doing apparel. I think it was apparel or shoes or something.
I want to say apparel, yeah.
I was just looking at how handsome he looks, dude. So just go through that. If you see a carousel, just see how every single photo is interlinked.
Yeah.
And the overlapping, the editing, it's beautiful.
That's incredible.
Those two, they do great stuff.
They do such an incredible work.
Yeah.
And also then, funny enough, the Logitech mouse,
the whole campaign that happened recently.
And I will say there was sort of shadows that were involved in the campaign, but that got sorted out quickly. You know.
Props to everybody that got involved in that as well, because they protected a lot of brands.
Exactly, they did, and
including the creator that got brought to light.
No, yeah,
that's 100%. Protecting his brand. I don't think he's going to understand for a long time, but that's so protective of his brand.
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that I do think he is understanding, because I saw a lot of.
I think he's definitely understanding of everything now.
He is, because I saw a lot of his replies to people that were like, "Oh, I hope you're so happy now. I can't feed his kids or whatever."
But I still don't think he understands how good this is for his brand. Like, it's so protective of his brand to just lay low for a little bit, turn down some of these big things, and just reflect on what happened.
Reflect, restructure, come back.
Come back and learn, dude.
Yeah,
learn.
Exactly. I think that's the biggest thing, because the more he learns, the more he can teach those that.
He's a great creator, man.
He is. He's a great creator.
Yeah. I mean, he's doing really well on TikTok.
Yeah.
We've met the guy several times.
Exactly.
And so we're not here to talk about the incident or anything or bring any light. I think that's been dealt with, but I just hope people learn and they adapt. This is something that I wanted to bring up earlier, and it keeps on coming in and out of my mind. But when it comes to events or it comes to topics that I'm not fully educated on, I seek that education.
Yeah, you have to.
So when there's something happening, like when it came to the POC event, and I wanted to understand both sides of the story, I approached people that were talking shit.
Yeah.
The small white kids.
Yeah.
I sent them messages. They don't reply. They just swear at you.
No, of course not.
But I spoke to the POCs and stuff as well. And I coach a lot of the POCs, and I understood their perspective and I understood their pain, and I wanted to understand a lot more because as a white guy, I'm not a victim of racism.
No, and that's the thing.
BE is not racism, guys. Fucking get that out of your mind. That is not racism.
The biggest prejudice you might face is sort of it becomes more about things being bullied about weight or your looks and stuff like that, and not necessarily. I mean, I'm pretty fucking pale, so I get mocked for being pale. But nobody's
ever called you, look at this white oak, and that's been insulting.
Exactly. I'm like, okay, you know. But I've never felt uncomfortable in my own skin, and I think that's the biggest thing.
It's such a deep thing, man. When we were doing the mental health chat at Comic-Con, and we had Androva on the stage, Y Candice. Y Candice, that's who I wanted to speak about. So we had her, we had V Psych, who's a psychologist. Yeah. But everybody, so when I constructed that whole thing, everybody was an important member of a community or represented. A representative brings different perspectives. So V Psych was a psychology. We had Androva, who's a POC. We had Dred Forrester that works in a professional capacity with online abuse. So he brings the mental strain of dealing with all these cases. And then Y Candice, who's POC and member of LGBTQ. Yeah. So
and like somebody that sort of left the streaming scene because of all the pressures and prejudice they one faces.
It was really interesting when I approached her. She said she she went into gaming and streaming for her mental health, and she left it for her mental health.
Yeah, so it's almost like full circle.
Yeah, but she said something in that talk, and you'll remember, but it absolutely broke my heart. Yeah. And she was saying that when she's holding her wife's hand or partner's hand, sometimes she lets it go.
Yes.
Because she wants them both to be safe.
Yeah, and it is. That's scary.
Fucking horrible,
imagine
man.
not being able to hold your partner's hand because you might be fucking beaten or cursed or fucking...
Or it's just trouble. Yeah, it's trouble. It's inconvenience.
And it is because it just makes shit uncomfortable. That's
like, it's just like, it's so fucking sad, man. That broke my heart. I even spoke to her that night at the after party and I was just like, my heart is still bleeding, man.
Yeah, it is.
Like we all understand, we've all heard stuff like that. I mean, it's not like that's profound to us, but like it was profound at that moment for me because it was like, I've known about this, but I never really felt it until that moment where I was like, this is fucking sad, dude. Like, what world do we live in where we dictate how people are happy and how they're loved? And
but that's exactly fucking crazy. You can't fathom it. You can't fathom it. And like,
hurts me, man.
Yeah, you really can't fathom it until you've either experienced it or been around somebody that's experienced it, or in the same place as somebody that's experienced it.
But it's experience,
disgusting.
But like you take that, so we take that conversation, we go across to this racism and the POC and everything, right? It's like we as white people, especially white males. I feel like there was like maybe one white female that commented something really stupid, but like but everybody else was white males who have the biggest privilege. And but my parents worked so hard. Okay, but when you say that, you're saying that the POC's parents never worked hard, or
when you say that you worked so hard, that you're assuming that they didn't.
They didn't. Yeah. So like it's always the thing that you don't say, right?
Yeah,
it's like you've got to consider. I think that's what people need to listen to.
How you make statements.
I think that's what they need to listen to. Is like if I say this, what am I saying without saying it?
Yeah, what's the subcontext?
Oh, my parents worked so hard so that I could go to school. Okay, are you saying that their parents didn't?
Yeah. If no, then you have to say, while I understand that both sets of parents worked extremely hard for both of us to go to school.
What was the difference?
Exactly.
Yeah, you
could wake up in the morning and walk to school without being fucking lynched,
Literally, it's so simple. Yeah. It's so simple, right? Yeah. It's so simple. But the thing is, like, even I feel like people are going to listen to this podcast and they're going to nitpick things. But like,
please, I'll give you my Twitter handle is at wizardofoz013. If you have anything to say,
and at Bumfluffski, I love a conversation. But
or meet me at McDonald's in Sandton.
That chum. No, I think like people just really need to understand what they're not saying. They need to understand the call. So going back to the start of this little mini rant that I was having, is saying that I've got people that I send a message to and I go, I don't think I understand this enough. When I say this, am I saying the right stuff? Yes. What am I saying wrong? What am I not saying? Yes. And I got those people that turn around and they tell me exactly that. Like Rushka's really good at that, and Drover's really good at that. But so I'll send a message to them, and I'm like, please give me perspective, because I feel like I feel fucking infuriated, but I don't know, I can't imagine how you feel. What's your perspective? How's this affecting you? And also fucking check in on your POC friends, man. Exactly. When this kind of shit happens, everybody stays quiet, and some of the biggest support you can give is in their DMs.
Like Drover said, even if you just send a message, if they don't reply, they don't reply. We're all adults. We're fucking busy. Understand that. Please, nobody's holding, like the blue tick thing for me is such a shit show. Like people are busy. If it's urgent, give them a call. Otherwise, send a message and just say, listen, thinking of you. This is a shit thing that you're going through, and just know I'm here if you need anything.
Just validation, man.
Exactly, validation. Like you aren't fucking wrong in what you're saying. Like you say, like having a conversation with somebody. Like I feel like I talk to Rishka quite a bit as well about these things, and even if it's the dumbest shit on my mind, like I even asked her the other day, I was like, is it racist if a white person plays a POC character in games? And I'm
just like, a really important conversation, right?
Yeah, but I don't go to my wife and say, hey, can I play a lady character in Dark Souls?
Yeah, sure.
You know, exactly. So, but we don't think about things like that. I was just like, I don't know, it was such a dumb question. And I was just like, it's silly, but
it's dumb to us because we don't think about it, you know?
Exactly.
It's like, but it's being more conscious of our decisions, right?
Yeah, and she was like, no, of course not.
Yeah, but it's good to know
then when
that,
she says that, but when she says that, I'm like, yeah, of course, well, fucking why would it be? You know, should ask her, shut up. You know?
But then, it's important to ask those things and put your fucking pride aside.
Yeah,
and put, like, no lose a fucking argument, dude.
Exactly.
Lose an argument.
Just say, like, and that's it. Like, even when Rishka was talking about, like, the whole thing of Sassy and Queen and whatever in their Banter Bits podcast, I then messaged her and I said, coming from a linguistic background, I understand it in terms of that, like the sort of homosexual and LGBTQ community sort of had Queen and Sassy and stuff like that. They owned it. That's the thing. But it was always sent to be in a negative way, almost like prima donna. Prima donna and Queen were also like you being a drama queen. So it's very much derived from that. And it's okay, or it almost seems okay if people in the LGBTQ community say it to each other because there's a certain level of understanding of how they're acting. Yeah. But if you say to somebody, "Oh, you're being so sassy or snarky," it's derogatory. Like
it's the way you say it, right?
Exactly.
It's like what are you really saying?
But how you say it.
Yeah. What are you really saying?
Yeah. Exactly. Just say you're being a bitch. Yeah. Exactly.
Because that's what you're saying, but you're just changing the word, right?
You're just trying to make it seem. You're trying to make it seem less harsh by just not saying that word.
You can't unplug a word and then expect it not to be felt.
Find a synonym and then expect them to react.
ChatGPT, how do I make it sound like it's not insulting?
Hey, listen, ChatGPT and me are besties.
Yeah, dude. I feel like this rank can go on for a long time because it's
really good. But
I think it's a very passionate thing because we're so close to people in the scene that are affected by it, and it's really difficult because we aren't affected by it. And like, let's say we aren't affected by it directly, but like the splash effect sucks.
No, not directly, because the thing is, it's like for me, I realize the biggest thing is it's a maturity thing. Yeah, it's definitely a maturity thing and a level of understanding that if you don't have that empathy to look at someone else's situation and say, oh shit, you know, what are they going through that they must be acting like this? You know, like what are they going through that they must organize a tournament for themselves? What's wrong with the tournaments in the country, or what's wrong with the orgs in the country, or what's wrong with the professional scene in the country that we literally have to have a POC tournament for POC players only?
And I mean, you don't have to sit with those questions and try and figure them out yourself.
No, you can
literally ask any of them as well.
That's the thing. Everybody's open to a conversation as long as you're respectful about it. You can approach somebody and say, listen, I genuinely want to know.
Yeah.
I am not asking these questions out of sarcasm or, playing devil's advocate. I genuinely want to know what is happening, and then you can ask your questions. It's like there's a gay rugby team that I see on TikTok, and I fucking love their content on TikTok because it is. But those are also people that have felt almost ostracized from a
manly
culture.
sport, right?
Exactly, because it was always mocked that, you're going to a scrum and it looks like you're grabbing an oak's balls.
Yeah.
But then the thing is, like, the whole masculinity thing is that some guys wouldn't be comfortable with playing with LGBTQ members on their team. I'm like, fuck it. I mean, you telling me you honest to God think that every gay man wants to fuck you? Trust me, my guy, you are not that fucking good looking. That is the
so
most
egotistical, dude.
And
it is crazy,
thing
right?
that you could assume, because it's the same thing as assuming that every woman wants to fuck you.
Yeah, literally.
No, it's not.
No,
and you just think that just because that you're a dude, that it changes, that the goalposts change.
So now all of a sudden, like, this person just wants to grab every dick in the scrum.
Yeah, no, they love dicks. They're gonna love mine. Like, I'm glad you think your dick is that good and pretty, but no dicks are. But still,
no, like, dude, let's be honest, dude.
I get scared when I look down. I'm like,
why does it look like that, dude?
It's so gross.
What? Did you also have a sad day, dude? Oh,
he's found
fuck up, dude.
Give us a smile.
Come on, it's not that bad.
And it is. It's just like this assumption, like these weird assumptions that people make, instead of just asking, why is it like this, or why did you have to make a POC invitational? And like I said, it's that maturity and the empathy, that lack of empathy to understand somebody else's point of view. It's the apathy of empathy.
I was speaking to Double Scuffed.
Yes.
And he calls this age people like the WL people.
Yes.
It's people that only post, what a win, what a loss. Or, I'll discuss second and L, or this is a W take, or whatever. It's that crowd that has really shit.
But it's like the frat boy culture.
But I don't understand who you impressing, dude. Because, like, if I looked around,
that's a circle jerk. If ever there fucking was, because they're the only oaks liking their own fucking.
And it's
tweets.
only oaks.
Yeah, and they're the only people liking their own fucking tweets.
It's crazy,
it's just like voiceless resonance.
It's nuts to me that you wouldn't look around the room and see who's cheering you on and who are the people that are upset, and go,
sure, he's got questionable taste. I've seen him do some weird shit. Maybe I should branch out,
Yeah, maybe I'm not. Maybe the right people aren't cheering for me right now.
Or I'm not having the impact I thought I would, or the right impact on things.
It's crazy. And another thing that fucking I don't understand. But when we went to Comic-Con, a lot of these shit talkers on Twitter, they observe roofs and
all
walls.
of a sudden, there was fucking Monte Casino Sistine Chapel.
Gotta look at these clouds on the roof here.
Yes, check it like a painting.
They won't make eye contact.
All of a sudden, they become interior designers and they're interested in the fucking carpet. But I guarantee you, it wasn't such a nice carpet.
No,
they were just like, "Oh, yes, it's sure interlocking tiles, eh?
I got to take this phone call.
Yeah,
like
health and safety. Oh, this is the contact adhesive for that tile corner over there. Like,
biggest oaks online and in person, they are little
talk the most shit, and then when you're in person, then it's all of a sudden just taking photos in my jersey with the boys. And you walk past, and then it's like everybody's staring at feet like they're fucking trying to tie their shoes. No, man.
Dude, it's crazy to me because it's not an aggressive thing. It's not like, come up and let's fuck each other up.
Yeah,
it's none of that at all. It's like, just
come have a conversation. Say, listen, I had an issue with you. Let's talk it out.
But if you're going to be so loud online and tackle absolutely everything that somebody says online, and you're going to cower in the corner of the biggest hall, when that person's in the same room as you, like, fucking take note, dude. Like, understand where you really are. Like, you can't act big online the whole time and then be a little pussy in person.
But you see, that's the people that the only reason why they talk so much shit online is because their friends are there online. And they can get away with it because they think that they're anonymous. But people forget that anonymity is fuck all when you're online. You think you got a VPN?
Doesn't exist.
It just means it takes half an hour longer. And like the problem is like you'll see, or not even the problem, the people that believe in the right things and the strong things, they'll gladly in public voice those things and people will support them. But the people that support the wrong sort of ideas, they support it in quiet. They, closet racists. They closet homophobes. They're very quiet about these things. And then in public, when you've had a conversation with them online and they lack a big mouth, and then in public you don't fucking see the person. You'll see them, but what's it to you to go and confront that chum when they're the one that had a problem with you?
Dude, like this past weekend, like I went looking at some of these Oaks profiles. And I was like, oh, I fucking saw this like at Comic-Con, dude.
Exactly.
This like was
fucking rat.
Yeah, literally, dude. It's crazy though, dude. It really is crazy to me. But I mean, let's take a step back and just say, if you look around the room and there's a bunch of people cheering you on and it's not the right people, like just take note, dude.
Yeah, but
just take note, because that doesn't last forever.
It's okay to, and I'll say this if they're too scared, because it's okay to admit you're wrong.
It is,
and it's okay to apologize for something.
It's admirable.
It's okay to find out where you went wrong. I think that's the most important thing. If you fucked up, find out where you fucked up, how you fucked up.
Dude, it's crazy to me that the quickest way to repair your brand, right, and your reputation in a community that's very, very close, right? So like if you turn around and you say, listen, guys, I fucked up.
Yeah.
And I know that now. And I want to
take. I spoke to people and I learned.
Yeah. And I want to become better, and I want to integrate into this. I want to understand things a little bit more. Yeah. Do you know how many people would open their doors?
100%.
Fucking everybody.
I fucking surely would.
I would.
If somebody had to come to me and say, oh no, they were wrong about something because, I don't know, their mates were all they're
affected
peer
by
pressure
opinion.
is 100% a thing. Yeah.
100%, especially as a lighty, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids, I think, were bullied at school and exiled and stuff. And so when they find a tribe, it doesn't matter whether they're good or bad influences, they just like assimilate, and they're like, yeah, these are the people. But I've always said my DMs are open. Yeah. I don't need to tell your mates that you're the person that crawled into my DMs admitting, like,
as
it
long
doesn't
as you
matter.
show change, that's the
Come
important
through,
thing.
I will help, dude. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a lot for me to block a person because I normally leave that open so that people can still slide into the DMs and like try and make reparations.
I was going to say that's the important thing, is that they can, if they eventually see where they've gone wrong, that they show that they're willing to change and learn. I think that's important.
Yeah, but it's such an easy thing to do, and your brand reputation will go through the roof because people already know who you are.
Yeah.
But now people know that who you are and why you and what you're trying to do. They know you, but you made such a loud noise and you made yourself very noticeable. And now all of a sudden you're saying, I was a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And I want to repair this. I want to be better. How do I do this?
Yeah, it's more admirable.
It's so admirable, and people respect that, man. So like, if anybody is listening to this point and you have been on the wrong side of that conversation,
there's nothing
reach
wrong.
out, man.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with it. Like, we all make shit decisions because of shit people around us, and that's 99% of the time we make shit decisions is we're trying to impress people that don't give a shit about ourselves.
You can't soar with eagles while you're surrounded by turkeys, man.
Yes. Bees don't waste their time teaching flies that
flowers are sweeter.
Yeah, they don't.
The nectar is sweeter.
That honey tastes better.
Yeah. That's a good one. I like that one. My brother's favorite one is you know why a bumblebee can fly? Like, physically, it shouldn't be able to, because nobody told it can't.
Oh, which brother is this?
Max. Oh, okay. No, Albert just tells me to lower my expectations. Fair. Both very good advice. I will say that much. Would you like a whiskey?
Let's do it, dude. Let's try this out,
that very hectic topic.
Yeah.
Well, not very hectic, just a topic that needs to be discussed.
I mean, we've spoken about it in private so much and we've vented so much, but the point of putting these microphones in front of us is so that we could have this conversation with more people.
So we can have fun conversations, but also serious conversations.
Yeah, things that need to be spoken about, right? So, I mean, if anybody... Ooh, we'll do that again, dude. Hey, shit, that sounded good, dude. He just breathed in our whiskey. Gross. But if anybody wants to open that conversation with us, our DMs are open, man. Slide in and let's have that conversation. Like, I can guarantee you, thank you so much. I can guarantee you right now that everything we said isn't correct. But we're willing to learn and we're willing to know, if somebody turns around and says, oh, this thing that you said is a really shit thing, I want to improve that.
And we'll fucking correct ourselves 100%. On the next episode as well.
I'm way too old to be proud. I'm not going to be sticking to...
It gives me a lot less fucking stress to be corrected than to be proud.
Yeah.
Okay, so bottoms up. This is a West Cork... handcrafted in Ireland, single malt Irish whiskey made from the finest hand-selected ingredients and matured in bourbon casks. So that should improve a lot of the, or give you an idea on the flavors. There's like a little map of Ireland.
Yeah, that label's really cool.
Yeah, it is actually. I must say, I like the little cut out the negative spaces there.
That must be a mission to stick down, dude. That's where 90% of the fucking price went, dude. I'm telling you.
That
is a fucking mission, dude.
Hands to stick that on.
Dude, there's even a hole missing there, dude.
Very, very, very fruity.
Yeah, you can smell the smoke. You can smell the smokiness.
Okay, so I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this now. I haven't ever looked at the tasting notes on this, just for FYI, but this is stone fruit. A lot of cereal, like barley, oats, all of those. I get that too. Yeah.
I've never had a stone fruit, so I can't tell you.
Well, stone fruit is cherries, apricots, all of those winter fruits.
I thought it was literally like one.
A singular stone fruit.
Sounds really like fucking hard to eat, bro.
A lot of vanilla.
Vanilla for sure.
Lots of vanilla and a little bit of tobacco.
I get that. Yeah, there is a peatiness.
There's a little peatiness.
But the peatiness is like up front. Yeah.
But it's also not like overpowering. It's quite subtle.
This is super nice, dude.
Ooh.
You're going to look at those.
Yeah, I'm going to go into whiskey and have a look at the notes.
It's really nice. So did you read the back?
No, I didn't actually. Sorry. Thank you very much, Kevin. So Scoot, he gifted me this bottle.
Was it from Kevin?
It's from Kev. He gifted me this bottle, so thanks very much, Uncle Kev. If you hear this, he gave it to me a while ago. I think it's because he's storing tools at the factory, so this is his rent. I don't mind.
The label on the back is skew, but
they had one job.
So this is West Cork single malt is handcrafted using the finest hand-selected ingredients and patiently matured in bourbon cask. You read this, man?
Yeah.
I asked you if
it was
you
on
read
the
this.
front. No, it was on the front.
Cask for 10 years to deliver very special and rare Irish whiskey. Its outstanding quality promises to deliver truly special drinking experience cherished by all. Did you get it right? Does it say stone fruit? I punch you in the dick, dude. That's a stone fruit.
So on the nose,
dude, that's a very broad. I'm gonna just say this tastes like spices and fruits.
So stone fruit
and smoke.
You'd be pretty close. So stone fruit is mainly apricots, cherries. When you're talking like whiskeys, it's mainly apricots, cherries, plum. Okay. When you're talking, I suppose wines as well, it's also very, very similar. Except like obviously with your red wines, you're looking more at the darker fruits. If you're looking white wines, you're looking more at the apricots, peaches, pears. Well, pears not a stone fruit, but still same.
Red wine take up space, dude.
Yeah. Vanilla.
Oh yeah,
floral, honey, and mango. Okay. I get the mango. That mango was,
as you said, honey. I inhaled some honey there.
You do. It's that like malty.
Dude, smell it with your mouth open.
That's how you're supposed to. Apparently, I don't know.
So no, bourbon you smell with your mouth open, but it always changes the complexion. It changes the complexion for me. So like I can smell different things and taste different things if I breathe in through my nose. Yeah. Like I sniff through my nose and then I open my mouth. It brings a different flavor into it.
Taste wise, it's floral, old wood. Obviously from the bourbon, I get that old wood right at the end. It's definitely a really nice
honey,
finisher.
Honey so much, dude.
Yeah. Honey, orange, and spicy. Spicy, I get. It's like almost like a cinnamon spicy though, not like chili spicy.
But that honey, dude, is so strong now, man.
The finish is
honey
broad, very broad. But I suppose you could nail it mostly down to honey because a lot of these things would be used for honey, except for the tannins. It's old wood, fresh fruit, lavender, tannins, fragrant, honey, spicy, herbal, smoky, new wood, and malt.
You know, if you push like I said like if you push the taste into the top of your mouth,
your palate,
by like breathing, I just taste honey.
Yeah, it is. It's a very, very pungent honey, very sweet honey taste. But that also could be, so you might be confusing a lot of the fresh fruit orange for the honey as well because it's a very bright sweetness.
Yeah, I mean, it really does complement each other. But I feel like that's bringing out the honey for me. It's really nice, dude. This is delicious.
I'm going to say this is actually one of my favorites. This reminds me a lot of the Major's Reserve.
Yes.
Not as, so the Major's Reserve by Glenn Grant. One of my favorites, absolute. Whenever I have an opportunity
the person
to
that's
buy
up for the whiskey.
No, the person.
Oh, Glenn.
I'd lick Green Grant.
Green
Grant.
This is a 90%, dude.
Straight up. So I mean, I never miss a chance to buy myself a bottle of that whiskey because it's so nice. But I must say this is a lot more complex than that. really, really nice. I must say, I'm really impressed. This is a lot better than Highlands Pride that we tried last time.
Highlands Pride, I still dig it, dude.
Highlands Pride wasn't bad, but it's not as complex as this.
No. But I mean, it's a $180 bottle of whiskey
made by Checkers for Checkers.
Yeah, but they nailed it.
Yeah, no, they really did. I mean, if I'm gonna come home have a whiskey, if I don't feel like pouring a frost, I mean not a frost one, but like a fancy one, I'll just click that and it's latte.
See, I'm a government school kid, dude. So I drink the expensive stuff first. So I have like one glass of something nice,
and then you fill it up with rooibos tea.
No. So I'll have like Westcore as my first glass, and then I'll have like some shitty whiskey afterwards because I'll lose the taste.
Can't even say black and white anymore. Everybody used to say black and white and Harriers, and
but that's
black and
expensive.
White and Harriers is like $200.
That's expensive, man. $200, crazy. Who they're catering to, dude? Yeah. Not me, bro.
Trinity kids. They're catering to Trinity kids now. And there was always that one kid in school that would bring a whiskey, like a bottle of whiskey to parties. When everybody else is drinking fucking Smirnoff Storm but or Smirnoff Spin.
We had a kid that he never brought the bottle. He always brought it in a hip flask.
Yes.
And that hip flask was cool, never fucking cleaned out.
No, it was probably still the same whiskey from when their father fucking snuck in the First War, dude. Yeah, it's so
gross.
That and Jägermeister in a hip flask. I used to be that kid that used to sneak Jägermeister in a hip flask.
Jägermeister, I don't know what it is, but I can only... Was I with you that when I had like... when I told you I had the best Jägermeister in my life?
No.
It was just fucking cold, dude.
Yeah, but that's exactly it. So people mistake Jägermeister for being a shot, firstly. It's much like tequila. It's not a shot. So it's supposed to be a herbal liqueur to help settle your stomach. And it does. If you have one or two.
Settles my stomach through my arsehole if I have a lot of them.
Exactly. If you have a lot of them.
Settles my stomach on the bottom of the porcelain bowl, dude.
I can guarantee you the next time you go out, when you finish it, have a nightcap and you have a Jägermeister cold. You can even have it on the rocks or with tonic water. Jägermeister and tonic water is one of my favorite things to drink. I think I just like tonic water. Even tequila and tonic water is also
that's nice. And
mezcal tonic water.
And espresso tonic water is nice.
Espresso tonic water, cold brew espresso tonic water. This is fucking win.
You know what I used to drink in high school? There were two things. And cocoa and Fanta grape. That was fucking delicious. I still have it now.
No, but you wouldn't have it now because it's like too sweet. It's like those hooches that we're talking about. Dude. It's just sours.
It literally stains your entire insides, dude. So that, and then I had a mate that he jacked a bottle of straw rum from his parents, dude.
Gross.
So, straw rum and Sprite, dude.
Yes, I've heard that though.
Trust.
Yeah. No,
it's like purplish. And you're like, this looks like fucking...
The lean that the kids drink.
Dude, it looks like I have to put this through white bread, dude. Like it literally looks like methylated spirits. Like but it tastes so good, dude.
When we used to go to Arcade Empire in Pretoria for bands like Manners Machine and stuff like that mainly. Shout out to the boys. We'd go there and we'd make sure we're there during happy hour. And you'd pay at the time, which was quite a couple of years ago, to be fair, you'd pay like $50 for 2 jam jars, and they were liter jam jars of Jägermeister and Grenadilla Twist.
That's good. That is good. I can see that working.
Your pee was luminous the next day because of the fucking sugar and shit from that Grenadilla Twist. But trust me, when I say that this is the nicest combination of like mixer and booze that you'll ever have.
Dude, we used to go and party a lot at the square out in Pretoria. And there's a place there called Brad Drop Zone. That's where you get dropped. But no, there's a place underneath there called Oppie Square. I think it was. Yeah. So Oppie Square, they used to have what they called the John Deere, which was a 2-liter cream soda.
Yes.
But they had to give it to you, or at least they fucking did this to us. Because when I tell other people that were like at Tux and stuff, they're like, they never did that with us. Yeah. With us, bro, we were on water polo to go out there, like they're like, hand us a 2-liter bottle. They're like, drink as much as you can in one sip, and we'll fill the rest up with cane.
They probably thought you soties couldn't. They were like, oh, fucking check these out.
Homie, I'm just gonna say, I made Richard. He'll know, the guys on my polo team will know exactly who I'm referring to. He was a fucking,
Skabenga.
Dude, when Nadok went hard, and he's like, I'll do this, dude. Fucking half a bottle of cream soda. In one sip, dude. Fucking smashed it. That was a liter. They had to open a bottle and a half
Of
of cane. There was 750 mils. The bottle was empty. We still had the neck of the bottle there.
No.
But like, you got to fill that up, dude. You could see it was like
it was clear. Almost.
Dude, it was pretty much fucking clear, dude. Like, we actually ordered cream sodas to drink. Dude, it was so hectic, dude. But the same night, bro, there was I can't remember the other places that were around there, but there was a place around the corner, and they used to have like hand grenades. So that's, for people that don't know, it's a tequila and a Jägermeister resting on a Red Bull, and then you pull one out, which is normally the tequila.
Yeah, and then you have a Jäger bomb essentially. Yeah.
12 Rand.
Fuck me.
So that's a 12 Rand.
Full of a failure.
Dude, literally, Jägermeisters were 6 Rand.
Yeah.
So, well, Jäger bombs were 6 or 8 Rand or something.
Disgusting.
Then Cheeky Monkey used to have buy one, get one free specials.
Yeah, and that was for the bottle.
Those were for the cocktails, dude. But there was a place outside called Lizard Lounge. And if anybody's listening to this and they hear Lizard Lounge, I'm sure you're going to cringe as much as I do.
I was going to say, your kidney's going to fucking fold over.
Homie, tell me if you've ever heard of this in your life. Buy one, get 2 free.
No.
Buy one, get 2 free. How?
That studied math.
Dude, what is that? Dude, what the fuck is that? So
Buy one, get 2 free.
Buy one, get 2 free. And like, remember these prices I was telling you?
The one though? Yeah.
No, dude. Like,
because it makes sense if they make it as expensive as 2.
No.
And you're like, I'm going to buy 2 Jäger bombs for 12 Rand, but I'm actually going to get 3.
No, dude.
Like,
it was on like a bottled thing. So it was like your Smirnoffs and your Hunters and your beers and stuff. We got like Smirnoff spins to do like straw peters or something, and we were like, okay, cool. There was like, it was our polo team, so I think it was like 16 or 17 of us. So we're like, okay, cool. Let's get 16.
Yeah, might as well.
16 times 3, 48.
Yeah.
So 48 fucking things arrived, dude.
Literally like 2 cases, like 2.5 fucking
literally,
cases.
dude. And you don't compute that. You're like, this doesn't make sense to me, dude. Like, it was a lot. It was a fucking lot, dude.
Now, how much is a case? 24. Yeah. 2 cases.
Yeah, it was 48, dude. Literally 48 rocked up. So you got 48. Dude, the night is but a young fucking whisper, dude. Yeah. It was like, I think 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, good night. Yokes are done by 7.
Dude, that's why Richard was able to down half a bottle of fucking cream soda, bro.
Fucking before the
that was before, dude. Somebody was like, they special lasts for like an hour, dude. Yeah, but we were sitting there for fucking hour. 4, dude. That was sad hour, dude. We were crying, man. That was terrible. Holy shit.
I mean, I like hunters on a good day when it's fucking hot, but not 48 of them, to be honest.
Dude, and the best is like you end up at drop zone, but to get up to drop zone, if nobody knows, because I know a lot of flights is, dude, it's crazy. So drop zone was this club at the top of these like stairs, but it was a rough place.
Like the entrance to every stones.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also like 2 staircases that the bouncer could throw you down.
So this is the thing, right? When you were going up there, it was like playing Donkey Kong in real life, dude. And I swear to God, dude, I was walking up there and this oak got pushed at the top. He was rolling down the stairs and I went to help him, and this Afrikaans guy behind me grabbed my arm. He's like, don't help them. They'll kick you out as well. And I was like, I just watched this oak rolling down the stairs. I couldn't do fucking shit. I was like, I'm going to be on car planche tomorrow, dude. Like, there's no ways, dude.
And I just watched. That's it. This young gentleman, a student at Tux, has fallen down the stairs, allegedly being punched by a bouncer at drop zone.
And there's me just standing watching like,
in the recreation footage. There's a bald dude. There's Bumfluffski doing fuck all, trying to save this. Okay.
Dude,
in the meantime, he's in like a neck brace. The guy hit me, and then the bald guy tried to stop me.
Yeah, he jumped over the top of me.
He actually did throw me even further.
Dude, like when I said like I reached out to grab this guy to stop him, and my arm just did not come with me.
Yeah.
There was a big Afrikaans behind me just saying, don't touch him, otherwise I won't let you in at the top. Yeah. And I was like, okay.
I want to party, so I'll leave him.
So he got in at the top. But it was like playing Donkey Kong. You just jump in at the bodies, dude. Yeah, no. You listen to the locals.
Yeah.
That's rule number 1, dude.
The law, dude.
So the same night, bro, one of our, like we all get back to the bed and breakfast that we're staying at. We wake up the next morning. Our coach, the Bulgarian guy, is like,
Steny.
Yeah, he's like, he said that we can go out that night, but we have to be up at 5 a.m. to go for a run. So he was trying to be like, okay, so you guys don't get fucking drunk or anything.
You can't get fucked,
5 o'clock comes up, we've all like boarded the doors and shit, so he can't get in, but he manages to, he's Bulgarian, so he just fucking runs through the wall. So like there we go. We get up and we all run, like feeling shit. Get back, go for breakfast. Where's Declan, dude? Did Declan come home? And now we're panicking, dude. Like, we're like, where the fuck is Declan,
Pretoria dude? Big, dude?
Where the fuck is Declan? Dude, can't find him. We're like, shit. We've got a game in like 2 hours time. We're like playing Vits or something. We're like, okay, cool, come, guys. We need to go to the square. We need to like recount our steps.
I mean, did you really need to worry?
Bro.
Is you playing Vits?
No, well, no. so like, dude, we start recounting our steps and stuff. Can't find this guy. He's not in Hatfield at all. So we're like, a couple of the oaks are like, oh fuck, I'm feeling kind of hungry. Let's just go to the McDonald's quickly, dude. So I mean, this is like 7 a.m. So we're like, okay, fine, let's go across. So like, we're walking across, and as we're walking across, we're like, oh, look at that Okie fell asleep on a bench at McDonald's, dude. It's fucking Declan, dude. He woke up, he had his socks in his shoes in his arms, dude. He took his shoes off because he heard that if you pass out, people steal your shoes, dude. So yeah, he slept with his hands on a bench, shanked, dude. Literally on a bench at McDonald's. He slept there overnight. He missed the run. That is the bastard, dude.
I was gonna say he outplayed you all, dude.
No, that was fucking terrible, dude. His bed was not comfortable. We all just fucking left, dude.
A lunchbox.
We all just somewhere left, the homie, dude. It was crazy.
Let's try in Pretoria and let's go have a lunchbox.
Dude, so funny, dude. I can't believe it.
That is ridiculous.
Shout out Dickie, man.
Oh, Declan.
Crazy.
How's those benches treating you?
Oh, fuck, dude. That was my first Sasu tour for UJ. And man, shit went down there, dude. Shit just went down. Like the one you know Jazzy. So our friend Justin, he's a bit of a lost cop, but
again.
Yeah, we were partying a couple of weeks before, and there was a bottle of champagne that dropped, and he tried to catch it, and it sliced through his like hand, but he never went for stitches. So he called it the Bart morsel. And like Richard, the same guy that drank like a liter of cream soda, his whole objective was to fuck this cut this oak's like hand the whole time. So every time like this oak like Justin lost focus, there's hasty shit. There's this guy in haste that's pulling down his pants trying to, but that's not even the worst of it. We had another guy, his name was Ryan. This homie, when he got drunk, his clothes would just disappear.
Yeah.
But dude, like when I say disappear, they're gone. They're gone. Dude, you'd be sitting at a restaurant. I swear to God, dude. Sitting at a restaurant. Bro, I swear to God, when oaks get saucy, you sit in there, everything's chilling, you turn your head, you speak to the guy on the right. Ryan's on your left, you turn back, and he's just fucking butt naked. Bro, his clothes. Dude, his clothes nowhere. Yeah. Like, every time he got naked, nobody recovered his clothes ever. Where the fuck did he put them?
Hobby. That's a very expensive
Didn't he just got so drunk? And
I'm just going to say this for him. Okay.
That's what he did. Did he just like flip and pull that shit off and it was gone, dude? And you never knew where his clothes were. Never, ever. Just naked.
That's well impressive, actually.
Oh, we had to
that's quite a cool party skip.
It's not that great, dude, because whenever we went out with Ryan, we had to pack extra clothes.
Fair enough.
So somebody would be designated.
You just need a pair of undies, and then it's not public indecency.
But somebody would like lean over and be like, "Oh, who brought it? Jack, did you bring the clothes?" Yeah, I did.
He's got the jacket.
Yeah. So that like somebody was designated to bring extra clothes just in case, because we knew Ryan was just going to lose his clothes.
But at least he wasn't the one that passed out on the bench by McDonald's. Well, at least he wouldn't have to worry about his shoes getting stolen.
Yeah, I mean, he would have given them away. I don't know where those things.
You need shoes, come here. Listen,
like time
people
capsule
are desperate,
shit,
but I don't think they're like approaching a naked white boy desperate. Let's be honest.
No, dude. Yes, that shit was so funny.
Oh, no,
trip through time.
Yeah,
that was fun, dude.
It was actually. It was a really good. It got very serious, but you know what's nice?
Yeah.
That we spoke about concentrated topics, focused topics, and it wasn't as how do I say it? It wasn't as whirlwindy as last time. So I think we're getting the hang of it, which is really nice. And it's it's just nice to have important discussions on a platform where we can speak freely, and not in, say, 140 characters. I think it's the important thing, having a conversation that's important and understanding the context behind those things.
So, a little bit more depth. I mean, when you understand somebody's tone, you understand that they're not just shouting at you the entire time,
Yeah, exactly. Tone's a massive thing. Massive.
On Twitter or X Twitter, as many calls it.
Twitter, yeah, exactly.
The tone's set by the reader.
Yeah, exactly. And it gets lost in translation very quickly.
Yeah. So, I don't know if any of the homies would have lasted this long in the podcast. Maybe they slid into our DMs, and that would be awesome.
That would be nice.
Honestly, there's a lot of people that I think are incredibly talented, but have really shit reputations because they're trying to impress the wrong people.
They're surrounded by shit people,
Yeah, so exactly. I hope they turn those things around. I love how we started this conversation talking about going into something.
And white cunts.
White cunts.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
But no, we started talking about what did you learn this week?
Yeah.
We asked one question.
Cornetto tips.
And we went all the way. So we still spiraled, but it was cool.
That's okay. It was a good spiral.
What is one cool thing that one fact or something that you want to impart on people to close off?
Shit, this isn't a fact that I learned this week, but it's one of my favorite facts, and it's a lot about patience and seeing the long game. Every bottle of Tabasco that you've ever had and seen in your life has been fermented for 3 years in salt bourbon barrels around the world, actually mainly in Tabasco, on Tabasco Island, but 3 fucking years. So it takes 3 years to make a bottle of Tabasco. Think about that little bottle of Tabasco next time you throw it on your food. Just think about it. Hidden potential. It's like bamboo. Okay? It takes 4 years to grow, and then all of a sudden in that 5th year, it just shoots the shit out of you.
You can't get rid of it.
Exactly.
Literally, you can't get rid of it.
Be the bamboo. Make sure people can't get rid of you. And what about you? What's your advice for this week?
My advice. So my advice is
not advice, but fun fact. I guess.
Fun fact. Okay, so I don't know why, but this just shot to the front of mind was just that mosquitoes have 47 teeth.
Sorry?
Did you never know this?
No,
dude?
I thought it was just like a fucking surgical syringe.
No, dude. Let me fact check, dude.
This has affected me because now in my brain I'm thinking of this tiny hairline syringe that has fucking 47 little teeth or barbs on it. Is it barbs or is it teeth?
Teeth, dude.
That's fucking disgusting.
47 teeth.
Now even worse. God, if you're listening, why the puss did you make fucking mosquitoes? Flies, I understand. Mushrooms, sure. Fucking mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes, dude. 47 teeth.
Fucking hell. Is that why they whistle when they fly? Because it's like the air resistance on all of it.
Because none of their teeth line up. So like when they talk.
It's the worst. But yeah. Thank you very much for this.
No, thank you for hosting.
Thank you very much for those of you that have listened. Thank you as well, West Cork, even though this wasn't sponsored by you. So yeah, thank you, Sir Scoot. But this West Cork single malt Irish whiskey, definitely a recommend from us.
If anybody else wants to sponsor a bottle,
West Cork, if you're listening, you want to send us a bottle.
Well, this is sponsored by Sir Scoot.
You've got a 12-year and a 16-year. Yeah, but we can't expect Sir Scoot to sponsor the 12 and 16.
No,
West
that's
Cork
somebody else.
To the fucking party, man.
That's somebody else that listens this far. If there is a bottle of whiskey you want us to try,
you can either recommend it to us by
and
sliding into
money.
the DMs, sending money. Yeah, that's preferable. That's prize one. Or I won't give you Bum's address, but I'll give you my address for a bottle of whiskey that you can send to us. Or hot sauce, actually. I think that's something we also need to do.
I'll fucking try anything, dude. I'll be honest. Like,
listen, you hear that, ladies? Eating a bottle of hot sauce through your ass.
I put a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass.
It's gonna sting.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Ozzy. Thank you for hosting us in your house.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us in your house.
Don't say us. I watch scary movies and now I'm like, oh, there's a present.
Me and the producer.
Hey. Albert. Yeah, and thanks to Albert, our permanent guest as well.
Hopefully he'll be in one of the episodes. He's going to be like the anomaly. I got there, dude.
Eventually.
There's 2 words. I know this is prolonging our goodbye.
Anomaly.
That and abominable. Did I say that?
Yeah,
abominable. Abominable. Yeah. Abominable.
Exactly. Bono.
No, now you fucked me up, dude. Okay. Podcast.